Welcome to this lecture series in coordinate geometry. In this lecture, we'll learn the formula for the angle of intersection, or the tangent of the angle of intersection between two lines of given slopes. And let us recall what we need to know. So all we need to know is what is meant by slope of a line. So if we have a line on the coordinate plane, then we record the angle between the line and the positive direction of the x-axis. Call that angle theta. Then the slope of the line is defined as the tan of this angle. Alright, and we also need to know this basic trigonometric formula, which says that if x and y are any two angles, then tan of x minus y is expressed that way. Alright, here is one problem for practice. And now let us get started. So suppose we have two lines, L1 and L2, making angles θ1 and θ2 respectively with the positive direction of x-axis. Say tan θ1 is m1 and tan θ2 is m2. Now we need to find a formula for the angle between the two lines. Now the angle between the two lines is unclear, is somewhat ambiguous, because it's unclear are we talking about this one or are we talking about that one. So in this figure, let us first focus on this angle. Then we want to be able to say something about this angle. What is this angle? And what we will comment on is the tangent of this angle, meaning the tan of this angle. Okay. So it's very simple. We just see that θ1 is the sum of θ and θ2, basic geometry. Therefore, we have theta is equal to θ1 minus θ2. And now by what we recalled, we see that tan theta is equal to tan θ1 minus tan θ2 divided by this thing, which is right. So that is the tan of the angle between the two lines. But as we said, if we were talking about this angle, the tan of this angle is tan of pi minus theta, but tan of pi minus theta is minus tan theta. So one could have very well given the negative answer. So one way to say both the answers in one shot is that tan theta, the absolute value of it is this absolute value. And that is what you typically see in textbooks. Alright, so it's a very simple thing. And now let us just see one example where we use this formula. So before I proceed, here this computation is applicable only when none of these lines are vertical. If any of these lines are vertical, then this does not really fly, because then we would be dealing with infinity here, which is not really a real number, and hence this applies to only when none of the lines are vertical. If one of the lines is vertical, then one can treat that situation separately, and I don't want to derive any or create any formulas pertaining to that special case. Okay, so example, suppose we have two lines which have an angle of pi by 4 between them. So this is one of the lines and this is another line. Angle is pi by 4, and it is given that one of the lines is slope half. So slope of this guy is half, and the angle between this line and another is pi by 4. We need to find the slope of this other line. Now there could be two such lines. One is the one I have drawn, where the angle is pi by 4 in this direction, or the angle could be pi by 4 in that direction. So I mean, if you just think about it, basically you will be solving this equation. So let's say the slope of this, the slope of the line that the slope that we want to find is m. Then all we are doing is tan of pi by 4. Pi by 4 is the angle between them. This could be either this or with a minus sign. So it's both possibilities are there. One comes from the line which has angle pi by 4 in this way, the other when angle is pi by 4 that way. Okay, so first let us solve for the positive thing. So now it's just an algebraic thing. So tan pi by 4 is 1, and hence we get this with the positive sign. And solving it gives us which is suspicious. I don't think this is what I got. Yeah, so it is suspicious because I made a mistake. So this is a plus half. No, this is a plus half, and therefore, yeah, so we get m equals 3. And with the minus sign, we would have this equation, which implies so these are the two slopes. So one line comes with this slope, which is like this, and the other comes with this slope, which is like that. Two such lines, which both of which make an angle of pi by 4, with the line having slope half. Okay, very simple example. And with that, I want to end this lecture. As usual, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.